welcome you live to this clash between the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the Manly Sea Eagles. We've had two finals now decided by 2 points. I came into this weekend thinking that this game might be the closest out of them all, Matthew Johns. A wonderful crowd in here tonight. The first time South Sydney have seen their side playing finals football for 27 years. A lot to love about what we're seeing out there tonight.
Manly deserve to be favourites. They've had a very good year. They've been very consistent, but consistency at this time of the year doesn't mean anything. And when you see the South Sydney side in a couple of minutes, there's some changes, and South Sydney coming to this side with a very positive-looking lineup. They're out there to score points tonight. They're on the attack, and they feel confident. Well,
this Manly side hasn't been outside the top three all year. Come off 2 losses out of their last 3 matches, but I think they've been biding their time. This is the lineup at fullback, the king of Brookvale, Brett Stewart. On the wings, Michael Robertson and Chris Hicks. The centre pairing, the 2 Steves, Stephen Bell and Steve Maddai. Plenty of aggression there in the half. Jamie Lyon preferred at 5'8". The halfback and the skipper is Matt Orford. The back row has been constant all season and been wonderful. Luke Williamson at lock, Anthony Watmo and Glenn Stewart, the second rowers. No Brent Kite tonight, out with a groin injury. So the front row, Jason King, Michael Monaghan, Adam Cuthbertson in the run on side. Now the bench is interesting. Mark Bryant and Stephen Menzies, alongside 20-year-old Vic Morrow, playing just his 3rd first-grade game, and in jersey number 20, Jack Apamasanga, they are coached by Des Hasler.
One of the things in South Sydney's favour, they are fantastic at controlling the ruck. Look, grappling, wrestling, whatever you want to, they can control the ruck very, very well. If they do that tonight, it's going to be tight. They're in with a fight. Yeah, and look, the man in the picture at the moment, Joey Williams. A big night for Joe as well as Jeremy Smith. They're going to guide the ship. Let's have a look at their lineup now. And can the fairy tale continue for South? At fullback for Thule, Talanoa. On the wings, Yelene Gordon and Paulie Mellor. Let's have a look at the centres. You've got the experienced Nigel Vungana and Dean Witters. Interesting move by Jason Taylor. Now the halves, as I said before, a big night for these lads. Joe Williams and Jeremy Smith. The back row, well, it's very skillful. Ben Rogers, John Sutton and Luke Stewart. Up front, you got the Yak, Peter Cusack, Shane Rigong and the big man on campus, the mean machine, Roy Asatasi. Now the bench, the live wire, Isaac Luke, Michael Greenfield, Benisi Manikafoa, and guess what? He's in, ladies and gentlemen, David Kidwell on the bench. The coach is Jason Taylor.
Shane Hayne, his 2nd finals appointment, and Joey Williams will kick off for South Sydney. He works out with Johnny Lewis, the super boxing coach. He kicks off. Into the south they run. And out of the smoke comes Manly. And Cusack took them on up front in front of Jason King. He bounced away. 2nd best in the opening confrontation. Cuthbertson, who's been a revelation this year. Monaghan. And now Stewart, the 2nd rower, just outside 30. Congratulations, Cowboys. Congratulations to the people of North Queensland. And you, Bulldog supporters, now, of course, praying to stay alive. We'll ride the roller coaster with you. Talanoa, keeping David Peachy out of this dream qualifying finals night. Mellor turned 33 last month. He will retire at the end of the year. Started with South in 91. That is Stewart to the halfway. Asatasi, one of the captains. We've got to see alongside 3 of them tonight. Cusack, Asatasi and Kidwell. Left they go. Jeremy Smith for Cusack. Came to South in 05, hasn't missed a game in 3 years. David Kidwell on the bench. Tripped over one of his youngsters and put him out of the season from round 4, we thought. But Taylor has brought him back tonight. They're back on their own line, Manly.
You watch South Sydney here. Historically, when upsets are caused in big games, it's not through attack, it's through defence. They need to exude defensive energy, and they will.
Now the magician, the fullback Stewart, 38 tries at Brookvale from 41 games. Matai, he will play the ball, 28 away from his own line, and his centre partner Bell takes a dummy half scurry. To the 40-metre line come Manly. And Monahan reefs it down. The bouncer's friendly over there for Yolene Gordon. Playing in jumper 4, playing on the wing. Pushing out to make way for Dean Witters. And in turn for David Kedwell. Talanoa does brilliantly. And he will play the ball 3 metres his side of halfway. It's through to Jeremy Smith and then to John Sutton. He's a one-handed carry boy. Takes it down to the 30-metre line. And Sutton will play it. Back to Vangadar. And away to Smith. And on to Stewart. And Stewart runs it at Monahan.
He's dead.
Cuthbertson over the top.
Anthony.
Rigon. Now Jeremy Smith, the kick. And beautifully taken by the number 2, Michael Robertson.
Both wingers have done very well for Manly so far on the kicks. A difficult take on the far side from Chris Hicks. That one, what an easy one as well for Michael Robertson. Played every game this season for the Manly side. Slipped under a tackle. His side now taking it out close to the 30. That's King.
Jason King then playing the ball and Anthony Watmoe. Second rower of the year. Had some eye surgery during the off-season and says that it's made catching the ball a hell of a lot easier. I know something about that, but not necessarily catching the ball. Lyon, it's gone away to Bell. Bell gets it on to Hicks. Hicks turns it back to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson back to Stewart, the second rower. And Glenn Stewart is held by Gordon. 35 metres away from the South Sydney line. It's fed away to Orford, and he goes to the air gently, really, down to Talanoa, coming out of the northern goal mouth.
To Glenn Stewart, he copped a knock on that ankle early on, and he is struggling big time.
And he is really one of those people you call the glue in the team, isn't he? Glenn Stewart. Roy Asatasi, just outside the 30-metre line now. And it's too long against Cuthbertson. Adam Cuthbertson ruled to be in the tackle too long.
I'm getting radios in the earpiece.
And the first penalty goes South Sydney's way. The referee complains that he's getting radio in his earpiece. Hope he likes the music. And a good touch finder. And we will keep an eye on Glenn Stewart. Obviously, Steve Menzies is on the bench. Stewart trying to run the problem out. And South Sydney attacks through Cusack.
32 metres away from the Manly line. To the left they go. Williams. And that's Rogers. Just outside the 20. Playing it back for Witters. Now through from Williams to Stewart, who dummies to Talanoa. And will play the ball just inside the 20 on tackle 3. To the blind. Talanoa running on the inside of Williams. And playing the ball 2 metres out, Rigon. It's been penalised, Manly. It's against the marker. Adam Cuthbertson.
They're showing their hand early, South Sydney. They're going to attack Jamie Lyon and Stephen Bell as they go for goal. They want the 2 points early to settle down. But in the past, the combination of Bell and Lyon have struggled together defensively. They're very vulnerable to short balls, little short passes outside Jamie Lyon. Jason Taylor's done his homework.
It's a nice inside ball to Talanoa up the middle. And then to play the ball, they're saying that Adam Cuthbertson, the referee, not getting square at marker, and that's exactly right when you see that Adam Cuthbertson never in front of the man playing the football. Only time that Manly have tasted defeat here at Brookvale this year was against Canterbury back in round 15, and they did have a lot of success with the flat outside pass. Corey Hughes was their man of the match that night. Hit Willie Tonga, Nick Cooper-Ritzis for tries. And going back to the game that South Sydney played here, David Farlongo was denied a controversial try, or no try, for a forward pass off a flat ball as well.
Joey Williams taking the penalty shot then. Going to step into the square ring at the end of the year, mixing his sports. From 20 metres in, first points are on the board for South Sydney. They lead 2-0.
2-0 in favour of South, and Ray, that change has been made. Glenn Stewart has come to the sideline. Stephen Menzies out there in headgear into the game early, as he was his first game back after a lengthy stay on the sidelines earlier in the year.
Some kind of a change to be able to make, isn't it? Gordon it was who marked the kickoff. And South Sydney's Peter Cusack brings it back to near enough to the 20-metre line, which is crossed now by Gordon. And another penalty goes to South Sydney. The tackle has crept up over the shoulder, and it's against Jason King.
A little high one over the top. Well, I think you call that a grapple tail. Really not a lot in that. Let's see what they do this set of 6. We've seen them early target Line and Bell. Let's see if a little trick shot comes their way again.
Rigon. Now Asatasi ran into a strong shoulder from King and Cuthbertson. Williamson comes in to make a trio of Eagles. 32 metres away from the Manly line. South Sydney 2, Manly no score. Jeremy Smith away to a wide-running Luke Stewart. And Stewart will play it on the 30-metre line, 20 metres in from the western side. Oh, put down by Cusack. Well, you can't congratulate anybody because he just dropped it cold, Peter Cusack.
That's a disappointing mistake. Such a simple error. And when they defeated Manly in round 23, coming from 18-6 down at half-time, they did it on the back of possession. A mountain of possession in that second half. And that was their best chance again tonight to make sure that at half-time, statistically, they're in a better situation than their opposition. Mistakes like that won't help. Manly win the scrum. Line finds Bell.
Bell stepping away from Stewart. He must have been standing out of the scrum to be out that wide. Now Menzies. Steve Menzies into the game for Glenn Stewart. So they go down the blind again looking for Hicks. One of the two players bound for Warrington at the end of this season. He and Michael Monaghan. Monaghan passes to Orford. Orford dummies once to Williamson and goes to Cuthbertson the second time.
He's dead.
37 metres out from the South Sydney line. The Rabbits with a 2-0 lead. As Watmo looks for the pedal. And he can sprint. 29 away. Centre ground. Orford, right foot. And they got to work here. And they're trapped in goal. Talanoa. Jamie Lyon the chaser.
Great play by Matty Orford, rightly or wrongly. His temperament has been questioned in these big games. That's a great start. Great chase by Jamie Lyon. Just on Glenn Stewart. Have a look at the kick again. That is beautiful. Nowhere for Talanoa to go, but just on Glenn Stewart. It's a real loss. On the right-hand side of the park, Jamie Lyon is essentially a runner of the football and relies on Stewart for a lot of the ball playing. So it's going to restrict them.
Played in 3 grand finals, South and Manly, and Souths won them all in 51, 68 and 70. Jason King rushing back and making it very hard to pull him down. Monaghan to the 10-metre line, almost through. Orford, Cuthbertson stepped off his left foot before being taken by Stewart. Monaghan now. Was there a knock on? No. It's with Orford. And he goes out to Menzies. Menzies. Try. They're going upstairs.
That'll be tackle 4.
165 tries in his history coming into the game. Second equal highest try scorer in the game. Has he got 166?
Well, he's alongside Andrew Ettinghausen at the moment. They're a fair way behind Ken Irvine. He's short of the line there. Still short of the line.
Just got radio now.
I'm not sure about this one. Let's have a look at a different angle. Hasn't been out there long, Stephen Menzies. Manages to hang on to it. Still hasn't got the ball down. I think it's a no try. I think he's tackled short. I think we go back for a play the ball.
This is a good picture. This is a good picture. And was there promotion? Was there momentum or was there promotion?
I don't think he gets there, guys. As you said, Rab, great camera work. What was that camera for?
That'd be 4.
Great.
Now, I don't think there's enough benefit of the doubt there in favour of the attacking team. He hasn't lost the football, Stephen Menzies. It's not the last tackle. So they will have a couple up their sleeve. Tackle number 4 against the Beaver. As everybody looks up to the screen in anticipation.
No try, it seems. The Harvey Norman big screen. No try, play the ball. And tackle 4, is it? South Sydney breathe a sigh of relief.
Don't play yet, though. Wait, look. Just wait till you down the road. Wait there, Steve. Go.
King is waiting to run a decoy. They go back behind him. Orford, Cuthbertson run around. Jamie Lyon goes out to Watmo. Watmo stutters and stammers and will play the ball. 7 away on tackle 5. Back to the middle. Orford drills it. There was a hand hung out by South. It's a try for the fullback. Stewart has scored his 39th try, I think, at Brookvale.
We'll probably go upstairs for this one, I'd say. But Manly are in absolutely no doubt that Brett Stewart has got the try. We talk about Steve Menzies being a try-scoring freak. What about this young man? Has come back an even better player after his Origin experience. The kick from Matt Orford. Straightens it up. Players are onside. It comes off a South Sydney player there in Jeremy Smith. Kicked. Well, is it kicked into the referee by Joe Williams? Certainly kicked by one of the South Sydney players and appeared to take the deflection. It does. It hits the referee, hits his foot and bounces up into the arms of Brett Stewart. So Manly have done nothing wrong, no indiscretion there. And I'm happy with the put down.
Well, David Middleton informs me. Yes, Minnow, he's nodding at me. I'm going to put it on to you. He informs me that it should be a scrum to the attacking team as the referees intervened.
We have never seen anything like this. We've been doing this for over a decade. What about Rabs? You've been longer. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, but David Middleton is right.
Yep.
And it's a goal line dropout. It's a goal line dropout, but if the ball comes in contact with the referee and he feels he has caused an inconvenience to either side, then he's obliged to put down a scrum, loose head and feed to the attacking side, that being the team in the attacking area.
Well, with it being in goal, I guess there's that variable. Manly still get the football back and keep the attack going. Jason King winding up to the 30.
30-metre line for King. See, I don't think the referee thought that he caused any inconvenience. Otherwise, why did he go through the exercise? Cuthbertson plays the ball.
He definitely did. He kicked it into the arms of Brett Stewart.
Here is Watmo. And Watmo is 5 away from the line. Manly trying to get over the line. Monahan, Orford, long, wide, Lyon, Menzies, away to Stewart, another go, into touch. Defence South Sydney.
It is good defence. But at the moment, Dean Witters on that left centre really worries me. He sort of came in, then he slid out. He wasn't sure exactly what to do. Looked a little bit lost. And at the moment, you can see Manly are really trying to exploit him. That's a couple of close calls.
The most important combinations in a football team are the decisions made by the outside centre and his wingman. Now, this is the first time I would imagine that these two have played together. We've got Yleen Gordon, normally a centre, out on the wing. Dean Witters, normally a back rower in the centres. So they need to get their communication exactly right from the word go. And Manly will capitalise. But they have kept their line intact as Stewart takes it forward.
Stewart tackled just inside the 20-metre line. Play back to Rigon. This is Asatasi with the carry, and Sutton looking for a short pass right on the line. Just going back to that incident. Manly probably should have got the loose head and feed, being the team in the attacking region. Instead of that, it was a line drop out to South. So it'll be very interesting to read the interpretations of the men in charge of this game. Jeremy Smith out on the full.
It's a costly one. They're giving Manly a lot of opportunity. The defence has been good so far, South Sydney, but at the moment, the stuff they're doing on the last tackle is putting a lot of pressure on their defence. It's just a matter of time if they give them chances.
Jason King. Bullocking runs, a feature of the opening exchanges from King. Watmo, 33 metres out from the South Sydney line. Williamson, Menzies. Menzies is away. Will they stop him? No, they won't. There it is for Menzies. He was denied. Stewart was denied. Menzies, 166 career tries.
And what a luxury to have Stephen Menzies come into the game off the bench for you. So versatile, so dangerous. Still loving his football. You can see the enjoyment in the way that he plays the game. There, behind another Manly great, Ken Irvine, now into second spot. And he did it all by himself here, off the Williamson pass. A little bit of footwork. Pushes his way through. Some speed, some size, through the fullback, gets Manly's first points.
Manly with the first try here. So Manly through Menzies. The first try in this game. Alford gets the flags up. Manly leads 6-2 in the second of our doubleheader qualifying finals tonight. There's the great man, Steve Menzies.
And you can't beat footwork, Rabs. When you defend against Steve Menzies, he just goes up and he double foot plants and you plant with him and he just accelerates off. And I'll say it again, that combination on the left side with winners in the centres really concerns me. I think Jason Taylor needs to make a change.
Crowd deafening at the kickoff, and here's King, and there's a South Sydney player in trouble, Rigon.
Yeah, some heavy contact here and immediate concern from the opposition players as well. Shane Rigon, tough as teak, an experienced player, played in the grand final for the Roosters, is not well. And it just was the shoulder there of Jason King.
Been some punishing runs by this fellow Jason King. I'd only just mentioned it, and he's caught Rigon. Shane Rigon assisted from the field, heavily concussed, to state the obvious.
And as he leaves the field, Isaac Luke, the dangerous dummy half, into the game now, probably a little bit earlier than Jason Taylor would have liked. But he'll need to be watched out of dummy half by Manly as Watmo tucks it under the arm.
30 metres away from the Manly line. Manly with a 4-point lead. 6 points to 2. This is Matai with the ball to Manly via Ipswich and Wynnum Manly. Monaghan short for Cuthbertson. Did well, got it back for Orford in support. And Matt tries to step through, but John Sutton wraps him up. Now it goes to the boot of Brett Stewart. And the ball bouncing badly for Gordon. They're walking towards the touchline. He finds the ground just in time. Jamie Lyons found a knock on, and the protest has been upheld.
Well, the kicking game of Manly has been excellent so far. And even if that had been a bad kick, the chase made it a beauty. 4 in the tackle, driving him towards the sideline. The one-arm carry, out it popped. Didn't appear to get any help from a defending player. South Sydney really need to get their defence right now. This game could slip away quickly if they succumb to the pressure that's being exerted in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Manly are very good at set pieces. You watch here, they'll set something back at Joe Williams. And also Dean Winters in that left centre position. Here comes the pressure again.
Jamie Lyon. Bell gave him a decoy, and so did Maddai. Here's Stewart, reeling out of a tackle, looking for the line, gets over the line, forced back and marched up the ground, just inside the western touchline. Play by Stewart. Now Watmo. We'll get a report on Brett's brother in just a moment. Here's Monaghan. He went open, came back to the blind. And Jeremy Smith is there to put him away with Nigel Vangenaar and Isaac Luke. Now Monaghan. Orford it is. Orford to play it now. Close to the line. Monaghan. Out to Jamie Lyon. Lyon in and away. And then Menzies, it goes to ground. Knock on ordered.
He did do very well on that occasion, Dean Winters. He came up and put the ball carrier, Jamie Lyon, in 2 minds. There he is. You see him race up. Lyon wants to go long. Then he shapes the kick. In the end, he throws a pressured pass that looked forward for Stephen Menzies. And that's gleefully accepted by South Sydney, who need to get to the end of this set and get a good kick away to get some field position.
Sure do, Pete. Even if it means 5 dummy half runs and drive it down the other end, they've absorbed so much pressure.
So here's Stewart taking it away for South Sydney to the 20-metre line. Tim, what's the story on the Manly second rower?
Rabs, the news is good. It's a sprained ankle. They've strapped it. He's done a fitness test. He's now on the exercise bike. They expect him to be back. There's Glenn Stewart there.
So South Sydney working it up the middle with Roy Asatasi to the 40-metre line. Luke away for Williams to the right foot, and it bounces friendly for Brett Stewart. Crosses the 30-metre line and is met by Williams. Play back to Williamson. Then Robertson comes off his left wing for only his second carry, and Asatasi drives him down.
He might leave it a little while before he comes in his lead.
Chris Hicks has put the ball on halfway. 6 points to 2 in favour of Manly.
That was a big hit there from Roy Asatasi.
Well done, Peter. Stay with the sponsors, the Brute people. Great sponsors this year. Now Bryant. He's played in all games this year, whether off the bench or not. Irrelevant. Orford's kick in goal. Talanoa. 20-metre line.
This is interesting, this one. The referee was right on the spot, you have to say, and no Manly player complained, but it looked like he was backing back from the field of play. South Sydney again restart.
Cusack taking a belting. They've been, or wasn't Cusack, but Mellor. They've been very aggressive in defence, Manly. Now, a penalty goes to South Sydney.
This is one of these situations where Joe Williams just has to settle him down a little bit. They're going to get a bit of field position. Let's not do too much flash in this set of 6. Maybe get a repeat set at the end of it. That'd be a great result.
Williams finding the line then. 8 metres into Manly's territory. The 89 side are watching the match at the University of New South Wales at a live site. Not all of them could get tickets for tonight, so they're watching it over there. And at the moment, I was going to say, hope you're enjoying it, but you're down by 4. It'll get better. Cusack takes it up the middle, 25 out. Luke across the face of Asatasi, and also Williams. It finds Rogers. Williams comes back to Greenfield, and they're 10 metres away from the line. Michael Greenfield, a likely hope. Luke now for Jeremy Smith. Light feet and then hurdles. Held 2 metres from the line. Luke again. Williams, a little kick in. Vangana trying to sneak up on the blind side, but it's battered dead by Stewart.
It's a perfect set of 6. Didn't turn the ball over, not too much sideways ball movement, and a good kick option at the end. This is good stuff too from Jeremy Smith, taking the big fellas on in the middle of the park as they start to tire. Here comes the opportunity for the Rabbitohs.
Orford to get the football. Now Glenn Stewart is coming back on.
Line drop-out time for Manly. Down to the 50-metre line, and Cusack carries it back. Almost gets to the 30-metre line, and tackled by Mark Bryant. Now for Jeremy Smith to go over to John Sutton, and Sutton, who was so good against West Tigers at Leichhardt. Mellor for Smith, and Smith for Asatasi. And Roy looks to get rid of it, he does. Greenfield, Williams, the ball goes to ground, it's with Manly, and Hicks comes away. Asatasi doing well to keep that alive.
A superb offload, second phase, and Joe Williams realised that he had to get going quickly to take advantage of it. The hole just didn't open up. And again, it was well handled by Manly.
Jason King again. The Hulk running over the top of Roy Asatasi that time. Manly out to the 40-metre line this time. Played by Michael Monaghan. From Menzies to Bryant, and Bryant tackled on halfway. We'll play it back for Brett Stewart. To Orford for the kick, and that is going down in the direction of Mellor. A one-handed take off his line, over his 10, and he's pulled down by Glenn Stewart back into the game, and he's hobbled out of the tackle. Glenn Stewart has limped away from the tackle. Talanoa out towards 30, a backhanded offload to Gordon. Gordon tackled on the 30. There's Stewart. And there's some urgency again being shown to the Manly second rower. As Michael Greenfield gets the ball away for Luke. Gee, you've got to keep a close watch on him. Here is Smith. Now Rogers. Rogers through. He glides through. 20 metres out from the line. A 4-point game in favour of Manly. Williams rolls the dice. Hicks is with it. Will he get back? Yes, he can. Chris Hicks back into the field of play. Well done. Michael Robertson, the other winger. 27th minute of the game. Menzies. 15 out from the Manly line. Tackled by Greenfield. Now Monaghan, a pass that was suspect to Watmo, loses the ball, rakes. Penalty Manly.
And that penalty could be a real turning point in the first half. Oh, quick tap by Matty Orford. This is going to be a dangerous set of 6 for the Rabbitohs.
Manly with a break of 50 metres. Orford 30 away from the South Sydney line. Afamasaga is on in number 20. 20 out from the line. Monaghan. Bryant runs it. Asatasi. Manakufoa is out there. Manly, though, they press the green button. Afamasaga loses the ball.
What a great shot.
It's Nigel Vangana. I think you'll find that it's Nigel Vangana. He's getting the plaudits, and rightly so. Afamasaga running into a hole, a metre out. His odds on to score until he is crunched.
Oh, he just turned on his toes and hit him outside in. And let me tell you something, Rabs. This is not a tip, but that's a brute big hit.
I'd give him up, go on.
You blokes must be on a lifetime supply, but it's a great product. I do agree with you. Manakufoa is with the ball now.
I want to point out, too, that there's no such thing as a quick tap anymore in the modern game, with the referee having...
speculator gone wrong, but now it's been corrected. Who threw that? Jamie Lyon.
Well, it's thrown to Jamie Lyon, then he lost it. But that quick tap taken by Matt Orford is as good as you'll see in the modern game. You saw that all the players had their back turned as Sutton finds Bunganar.
Halfway line, David Kidwell. One of the great rugby league stories is about to come into the game. And there he goes, David Kidwell in jumper number 19 on for South Sydney. One of the great coaching gambles taken by Jason Taylor. Hasn't played since round 4. And he's found a knock on.
Scrappy played the ball there, Ray. Ben Rogers the culprit. Just the little things. Jeremy Smith kicking out on the full. The ball not to have been played properly. As I said, for South Sydney tonight is about possession. They have to be better in some key departments than their opposition tonight if they are to win. Just every now and then they're letting themselves down with simple mistakes.
I must say, boys, Manly look tired right in the middle of the park. Their big men are really flagging, and South Sydney are punching holes in right through the middle. The live wire, Isaac, Luke, causing a lot of problems.
Here's Stephen Bell. 35 metres out from the Manly line. It's come over for Watmo. To the right, the Lion. And that is high. That is very high. Stewart will be penalised. Yeah, he reckons that Stewart was not playing the football, he was playing the man, Talanoa. Watch Brent, or Brett I should say, he has got no idea what the football is. All he wants to do is get in Talanoa's road.
He was cliff diving.
He had no idea. Talanoa had less.
So, 6-2. Kidwell into the game. Greenfield. Watching the collisions in this game, it's almost impossible to believe that we lost him so early in the season. Manakafoa plays it, tripping over one of his children, his orphan, getting it away, and Robertson flies through the air to take it, but Bunganar is there with Kidwell, and it's a penalty. A rake. And he looked at Kidwell.
He's fired up, Kidwell. Well, he'd be fresh, wouldn't he? He's got to keep it in check here, Dave. He's a great leader, very emotional footballer. But that's a penalty they didn't need.
Well, this is a huge 10 minutes coming up here for the South Sydney side. They led the penalties 4-0. It's now 5-2. Couple given away. Mark Bryant played every game this season, takes it 35 out centre, 25 out centre field.
To the right to Afamasaga for Manly, 15 metres out from the South Sydney line, off at a decoy, and Monahan roaming and then slicing. A metre from the line is Monahan.
Well, they come this way, they're a chance.
Watmo, he comes this way. Stewart, it wasn't a good pass, and it takes the sting out of what was likely. Matai, he waits, a dummy half in 4. Now through to Monahan. Long and wide for Orford, and then Jamie Lyon for Stephen Bell. He can't catch it, and it's gone forward. Scrum to pack down, 20 in, 15 out from the South's line. Half-time 7 minutes away. In front of a capacity crowded Brookvale.
Had some opportunities, Manly. Could have been well clear. A couple of close calls. But South Sydney have really got to knuckle to the task. Giving away a lot of opportunity, a lot of field position with silly penalties and turnovers.
Boys, 20. Stay there, mate, stay there. Time back on.
South Sydney have only won twice here at Brookvale. in the last decade, which of course is a statistic that was lengthened, if you like, by that 2-year absence from the competition. But it hasn't been a happy hunting ground for them through the modern era. Here's Isaac Luke. Put down on the 30-metre line, his own end of the park. Glenn Stewart persists out there. Manakafoa struggles 42 metres away from the South Sydney line. Play back to Luke and short for Kidwell. Kidwell held on halfway. And then they pick him up and 3 of them drive him. Watmo, Afamasaga and Bryant. Williams to Rogers. Rogers left foot. High and well placed. And a good take by Hicks running back. And Hicks is then cornered by South Sydney.
That was excellent from South Sydney. Joe Williams was pressured, so he passed. Rogers got the kick away at the right time. It was well placed, and then the chase was good. Nice pressure coming in the last 5 minutes. I'd love to force a mistake here from the opposition. We're only just starting to get back, and Maddie, good charge up the middle.
Taken by Luke, and it's gone out to Bryant, and Bryant runs it at Jeremy Smith, and it's left to the tackler. Oh, Menzies is on his back. He's okay, and Monahan drives it down to the eastern side of the ground, where it's Gordon bringing it back. 35 away from his line. Talanoa has to come up from fullback to go to dummy half. He beats Afamasaga, and now Bryant and Stewart, they hold him on his knees on the halfway, and a penalty, Manly, against Talanoa for not rising with the football.
I think that's a tough call. It's a 50-50, okay. But there's a sense of urgency from Talanoa to get up and play the ball, and I thought the defenders were entitled to let him go. Let's have a look again. He struggles. Jeez. I mean, it's a 50-50.
Let's go, Manly!
There's a lot of grey in that department of the game.
Well, it certainly wasn't a dominant tackle.
There's a lot of grey in that department of the game. Who do you penalise? That's the question. Stewart to play the ball, 15 away from the South line. Can the home side get over again? In the last 4 minutes of the first half, Stephen Bell. Manly's record leading at half-time is almost impeccable. Offered, showed it to Menzies, showed it to Afamasaga, gave it to Watmo, loses the ball. David Kidwell, he breaches the opposition, gets it away. Now it's gone out to Mellor after it was handled by Smith. And Mellor to play the ball. Back for Talanoa. And Talanoa gets back to where that incident happened just about 60 seconds ago. Greenfield.
Yeah, Joe Williams just to have a look at the Manly defence line. People like Afamasaga starting to tire. He's got to take them on.
Here's Cusack tackled on the 40-metre line. We're down Manly's end of the ground now, and Luke is pulled down inside the 30-metre line. Jason Taylor, former Rothmans medal winner, has taken 2 sides in 2 years of coaching to the finals. Luke, now for Williams, then for Witters, now for Gordon. The kick is a rebound, and he didn't play at the ball. He kept the tackle count going, changeover.
I'd like to see maybe a change in tactic now from South Sydney. They run a couple on the last. I'd like to see Ben Rogers or Joe Williams go high, put some pressure on. Difficult conditions here tonight. It's a bit misty out there, slippery underfoot. Manly now through Watmo.
So here's an opportunity, and I tell you, for South Sydney, for this set of 6 coming into half-time, the opportunity is in the middle of the park. Afamasaga, Bryant. Afamasaga, he's out on his feet. He's talking to the trainer saying, get me off. He said, hang in there till half-time. Some big men really flagging. This is up to Jeremy Smith, Joe Williams, Talanoa. Bit of footwork, bit of speed in the middle of the park. Test them out.
Just outside the Manly 30-metre line. What will be the last scrum before the break, you would think. Williams goes to Talanoa, and the fullback 29 metres out from the line, held by Glenn Stewart. Peter Cusack forcing it up towards the 20. Play back for Luke, passes to Smith, on to Kidwell, and Maddai blindsided him. Great shot by Maddai on Kidwell, who's now a dummy half. Then Smith, now Greenfield. It's rough and tough out there. 20 metres out, Luke. And the little fella will play the ball 10 metres away from the Manly line. Swung by Kidwell. Out for Jeremy Smith. Hicks is under it. No real pressure. And a free carry out to the 20.
That's one of those ones, Rabbits. You can knock it into the in goal, get another set of 6. They went for the magic play, went for the big play, just kicked it too deep. Now they need to absorb a little bit of pressure off Manly just going into the break. A big set of 6 for South Sydney.
Robertson, 6 points to 2. 40 seconds of the half to go. Bell played it to Monaghan, to Orford, swings the point of the attack, back to the blind for Glenn Stewart. Stewart again seems to be free in his action. Orford kicking and raking it back to the charging attackers, and put dead by South Sydney. So we probably won't have any need for a restart. Seconds only available on the clock. Manly, with Steve Menzies scoring the only try of the first 40 minutes. He goes to the number 2 position on the most number of tries scored in premiership history. Stephen Menzies. 6-2 in favour of Manly in front of a capacity crowd. Stay with us, it's the third qualifying
time, and as has been the case in our other 2 finals, very little separating the sides in this one. 6-2 at the break in favour of Manly over the Rabbitohs, and there you can see the stats at the break. Very few line breaks, both going the home side. The error count the same. Now the one that the Rabbitohs need to turn around is the bottom. Time in possession, 46 up against 54. To give them their best chance of winning this game, they have to reverse that and make sure that they have more football in this second half. Penalty count was their way at one stage 4-0. That helped as well. How have you seen this one, Matt? My problem or concern with South Sydney is that we haven't seen them really pressure the opposition line.
No, they've been poor in attack, Pete. Really have been. I think they've come with a game plan to attack Lyon and Bell. It's worked for them in the past. But in attack, they're all over the place. A little bit helter-skelter, really working towards nothing. Jeremy Smith and Joe Williams need to just settle the play down and get a couple of structured set pieces on, or just work to a game plan, the blueprint they've been talking about through the week. Having said all that, Manly have had most of the ball, all of the opportunity, yet lead only 6-2. They're just hanging in there. I imagine at the moment the Canterbury Bulldogs are sitting around the television being very, very nervous, because if South Sydney win this, they are gone.
Exactly right. So it is definitely a nervous wait for them. Let's have a look at the bunch.
They all want a piece of this. As Orford starts the second half. Oh, Rogers lost it completely. South Sydney lucky to get through that. Gordon cleaned it up. Oh, Greenfield taking a solid shot from King and Cuthbertson. And here's Rogers. He had absolutely no idea where it was.
Hand on the football there, Ray. Not the start that Des Hasler would have wanted from his side to give away some cheap metres.
Izzy Hasler in charge for the 100th time at Manly tonight. Won a couple of grand finals as a player.
Well, we've got 2 former great halfbacks in charge of teams tonight in Jason Taylor and Des Hasler.
This is Manakufoa. Nearly to the halfway, held down by Cuthbertson and Menzies. And this is Greenfield trying to break the line.
He's 10.
5 metres into Manly's area. Luke goes right for Kidwell. And Cuthbertson in a diving tackle that became a bit embarrassing when he missed it. Jeremy Smith working on the short side. 25 away. Down the eastern side. Van Ganar for Kidwell. Kidwell got a ball away for Cusack. 9 metres out, tackle 5. The Rabbitohs attacking. Here is Williams. He puts it back purposefully for Miller. He scores! Paul Miller! He scores for the Rabbitohs! What a kick from Joey Williams!
And what a leap from Paul Miller. There we go, the bomb. Put it up. Give the momentum to the chaser, as Joe Williams has just done. And South Sydney about to have a conversion attempt to take them possibly in front as Mellor scores.
It's on its way. It's on its way. It's fading and short. We are locked up at 6-6.
And the opportunity for South Sydney, as I said before, is playing through Manly. Play direct, they are tiring through the middle. And that was perfect. That was a perfect set of 6. And at the end of it, Joey Williams took a couple of deep breaths, settled himself, and the perfect kick to the corner. Great work, South Sydney.
So Orford, Rogers got it right that time. I'm happy for him. Ben Rogers. Play by Greenfield. And now this is Talanoa shaping to put a backhander out. Taking the tackle, realising there was no need for any urgency inside your own 20. This is Manakafoa. Tomorrow we'll show you the match between Melbourne and Brisbane live. We'll come to Melbourne's Olympic Park at 3:30, but that'll be preceded by both the footy show and the Sunday roast. So you've got a big afternoon in front of you tomorrow, culminating in the telecast of the 4th final between the minor premiers and last year's premiers. Joe Williams kicking down to Chris Hicks off his 20. Out to 30.
He's 10.
Tackler was Jeremy Smith. This is Brett Stewart, and a penalty. He knew he had them. He knew he had them not direct. He basically ran at one of them and touched them, forcing the referee to give the penalty. Smart work by the number 1 from Manly. The tap to be taken by Monahan. Here's King. Like a runaway bullock. Now for Orford. Showed it to Cuthbertson, turned it in the second time to Menzies. And Stephen Menzies will play the ball 20 metres out from the South Sydney line. Menzies told to stand up. He said, I'm trying to. Orford now for Bell. And Bell will play out on the 10-metre line. Here in the southwestern corner. Here's Hicks across in for Monahan, and Monahan is able to get another phase going. Back to Cuthbertson. Back it comes for Jamie Lyon. Lyon puts a kick in, and Gordon runs it dead. Eileen Gordon taking it over the dead ball line.
Okay, here we go. Big set of 6 for Manly. This is really going to test their temperament. 6-all. Just watch for the combination here between Orford and Watmo on the left side. Then they'll push it to the other side to Jamie Lyon. Timmy Gilbert on the sideline.
Yeah, Matty, he's been jumping, he's been yelling, he's been screaming Mario Fennick. What did Jason Taylor say at halftime?
He basically said it was disappointing. There were some fundamental errors in the first half. That's got to stop. The pressure's on Manly, saying they're expected to beat us. This is the most important half of football in their lives. So put your boots on, boys.
Yeah, Des Hasler said just more discipline. He's happy with the commitment, more discipline.
Here's Cuthbertson for Manly. Flicking it out the back, picked up by Orford, making a bad pass look good. Then for Lyon, now for Stewart, the number 12 for Manly. 5 metres out from the corner post. Hicks at acting half. Lyon, Monahan, Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson dummies to Watmo. That's come off a rabbit, and it's taken by Manly. 6 more. 18 now. Paul Mellor got a hand on it. Robertson showing it, then deciding to have a dig. Matai running, looking for the ball. Monahan for King, and here he comes again, this big man. He's a metre out from the line. Jason King. Now Orford, dummy to Menzies. Went behind Stewart. It's out to Bell. Bell for the line. Backing, passing. Lyon. Monahan knocks on.
Oh, great defence, boys.
Sydney.
That defence.
That is grand final defence. That is defence for survival.
It's also a sign that the opposition is starting to get some second phase play going, some offloads. South Sydney need to concentrate on the football, but they did marvellously well here. Stephen Bell offloads over the line. Lyon can't score. He's forced to pass. Or finally going to ground. They're the third best defensive team in the competition. The worst attacking team statistically, but third best defensive team. That's why they're playing finals football.
And again, the left side Poop was a little bit scratchy, but at the moment they're controlling the ruck so well that it's covering those little mistakes and making it very difficult for Manly to build some momentum. Very frustrating for Monahan and Orford.
Cusack.
Jason King.
Defensive records for both sides. Second Manly, third South Sydney. Is it any wonder we just saw an example of it from South Sydney there? Now Luke, is he going to? No, he's going to put a scrum down.
The referee saying that there was no indiscretion by a Manly player. He lost the football, Isaac Luke, when he hit the ground. Whether you agree with the call or not, these are the kind of ones that you've got to react positively to, the ones that you think you might be hard done by. It looked as though Jason King was having a tug on the arm.
Lyon across for Matai. And Steve Matai has attracted the attention of 3 Rabbits. 32 metres out from the South Sydney line. To the short side for Monahan. Probing to the 20 metres. Watmo. Lyon short. Cuthbertson angling it towards the centre. Now they're right smack bang in the middle of the ground as Orford runs to the left side of the ground to link up with Menzies. Gets it to Watmo. Watmo score! Anthony Watmo scores for Manly.
Too many offloads there for South Sydney. They're having trouble stopping the football being passed once the tackle is initially made. And Anthony Watmo spinning beautifully. Steve Menzies did well. Drove him back on the inside, and then Watmo beats 1-2. Slices in between, goes over next to the post. Footy side, 4 in front, about to be 6.
And now Orford to convert the Watmo try down the southern end. Does that. So Manly go out to a 6-point lead.
There, Watmo. Speed and footwork, he's got a lot of it. And the offloads, as Peter said, too many offloads. They tested them back on the inside. And the South Sydney defence just dropped off. A bad couple of minutes there for Isaac Luke. He just dropped off Anthony Watmo. Daliam, second row of the year, and he deserves it as well. Had a super season.
The back row been very good. There was questions about how the club would react when Ben Kennedy left, but I think the residue is still there. I think they benefited from him being a great player, but also an influence off the field as Manly bring it back outside the 20 from the restart.
Again with Jason King. Menzies with a stepping run. Brought down just inside 30. Monahan got a decoy run on the left from Cuthbertson and went to the other side to pick up Glenn Stewart. Plays it on the 40-metre line. Monahan again goes to the right side for Hicks this time. And Hicks running at the markers just into South territory. Can South Sydney hit back? Cuthbertson round the corner ball. Good ball. Watmo struggling free. Monahan taken by Rogers.
He's dead.
And struggling to get up. He plays it eventually. And Orford, he puts a kick up. Jamie Lyon, was he onside? He's got the ball. He's heading for the line. And it's changeover.
It's grabbed him by the collar.
Nigel Vangenaar again.
He too was certain to score, Jamie Lyon making that tackle there after he got the football from the kick. We would have gone upstairs. It was called play on. Now he's going to score there. Might have been Lynn Gordon.
Yeah, Lynn Gordon. It's Gordon with a little bit of help from Nigel. Luke picked up and dumped on the Brookvale turf. Williams. Smith. Short for Kidwell. Halfway line for David Kidwell. Williams. Down towards the wing occupied by Hicks. Away from his 20. Now he tries to circle them. And eventually Joe Williams makes the tackle.
The man I'd be looking to South Sydney to work towards now is back out there. John Sutton, quite a lengthy stay on the sideline. He's on for Isaac Luke. Slots over on the right-hand side.
Played by Stephen Bell. This is Michael Robertson. Running into the shoulder of David Kidwell. John Sutton involved as well. Monaghan finding Glenn Stewart. And Stewart is able to make some ground back through the area behind the play the ball. Orford allowed to run. Now a groan from the crowd for a high shot from Cusack. Denied by the referee. Monaghan, that kick looking like it's going to find the chalk, and it does. Only just though.
Important period here for Joe Williams, and Jeremy Smith just got to stay patient. 12-6 down. They don't want to chase points early. Just engage in the arm wrestle. Complete your sets. Drive a deep tackle for a turnover.
Movement! Hold!
Roy Asatasi playing it inside his own half. Talanoa running at Matai. He's got this little ability to throw a backhander to get another phase going. Has Talanoa. Mellor is on the Manly 40-metre line. Jeremy Smith dummy half. Williams first. Cusack second. Asatasi. How many times have we seen him charge into open space? Fifth tackle. Williams. And allowed to go by Chris Hicks. The scrum will form 10 metres out. The Carlton Draft Plastic Cup promotion. You can purchase a carton of Carlton Draft for your chance to run in the celebrity race on the NRL Grand Final night. And ultimately, you get a shot at the $100,000 in the Plastic Cup on Cox Plate Day.
Yeah, as you mentioned last night, Ray, you've got to take on Miss Finland and Harada's son and El Segundo. Only for 100 grand.
Anyway, the website...
Is that Miss Finland the horse, or actually Miss Finland?
You'd have no luck with either.
She married Tiger Woods, didn't she?
So anyway, let's get back to Miss Finland. I hope you got the website. As we decided to concentrate on Miss Finland, we missed the website. But anyway, you'll get another opportunity, I promise you. Now, it's with Jason King. And he just keeps thumping it up, running it up, bashing into the defence. And now from Orford, a face pass over to Glenn Stewart and away to his brother, Brett Stewart. He's 35 metres out from the Manly line. Played to Jamie Lyon, a run for Adam Cuthbertson. And that run from Cuthbertson, it was about 10 metres and indicated that the defence was starting to tire, not coming up. Now, Joey Williams falling in behind the ruck, marking it for Jeremy Smith to go ahead. And Steve Maddai came up.
He's still down that Orford way. Crowd not happy with the treatment he received after he kicked. Got the touch judge in on this side. One on the far side wants to come in, but he didn't see anything. And there's plenty of concern about the skipper and the number 7. They're saying something. They're concerned about him swallowing his tongue. Well, at speed, Ben Rogers, all he's done is turn his back. He can't disappear. He's already moving as the kick's coming in. Now, it may well go against him, but I think it's tough.
Right, we'll take a break and come back and check on Matt Orford in just a moment. They're getting restless here, but when you watch the replay of Ben Rogers, all he's done is turn his back on him. There's no elbows. Let's have a listen to this.
He's got his head on TV. Did you say? Yeah. Okay. Now let me have mine. Nothing illegal, but it was late. It was. That's what we're going with. It was late. Now it's a penalty. Doesn't matter. It's still late now. Okay. That's what the penalty's for. It's late.
So the penalty has been given to Manly, with Shane Hayne insisting that it was a late tackle.
Well, let me tell you, that's a dud call.
And I'll tell you what, there was no way known that the touch judge was coming on unless the referee had stopped play. The referee said nothing illegal in it. It was, how can it be late? Well, he's turned.
Pete, if the video referee can intervene to pull up something where he's noticed some foul play, surely he can intervene there and say, look, it's a play the ball the other side of the field. There's nothing in it.
Mate, I agree, but Shane Hayne has reacted to what that man on screen with his back to us has come on to report, and he was not coming on to report until the man was receiving attention.
Having said all that,
You staying on now?
I hope Matty Orford is okay. I think it's just taken the wind out of him, to be honest. So
Manly get the penalty.
Well, as I said 5-10 minutes ago, you might not like the call when it comes to finals football. You've got to be a good enough team to react. They didn't, and the stripping penalty against them. Try came up to Watmo. South Sydney need to get their defence in order to keep themselves in the game now.
Played by Bryant, and Cuthbertson runs away to the left-hand corner. Now they're 7 metres out from the line. It's battle stations for South Sydney. Orford dropping it onto the stomach of Glenn Stewart. Monahan going away and finding Cuthbertson. Puts it out the back. Monahan, Lyon. Was it knocked down by South Sydney? Referee says no. No indication of the tackle count being nullified.
Still a good decision from Paul Mellor to race in and force almost an error.
Maddai plays the ball. Orford comes to the middle. Glenn Stewart back for brother Brett. Turns it in for Chris Hicks. He gets away from Rogers. He's held by Williams. Together with Asatasi, or Widd as it is. Now it goes away for Orford. Puts a little kick in. And South have made a meal of it. Forced in goal.
Well, I've got to say that the South Sydney player in front of Jeremy Smith made it very, very difficult for the halfback. He let it go thinking that Smith might be able to catch it on the full, but he wasn't able to. Mario Fenech sideline.
Yeah, I've been involved in rugby league a long time, and I tell you what, I've never seen a penalty given like that at a critical time. Now, obviously, Orford, he's fine now, he's up and running around, but that's a very disappointing penalty. The referee was duped.
Bryant coming down the middle of the ground. 22 metres out from the Rabbitohs line. Monahan for Cuthbertson. He's getting stronger with every game he plays. Adam Cuthbertson. Monahan. Orford. To Watmo. A metre from the line. Monahan. The decoy from Cuthbertson. Gone away to Orford. Orford's over, is he? No! He's hit the uprights.
Oh, the Burrow would have gone crazy.
Now Monahan. comes deeper. Out for Lyon. Lyon stepping. Gets it to Stewart. The fullback's in again. 39 tries at Brookvale for the Magician.
And that'll be in 42 matches now. And you talk about momentum changes in a game. Well, the penalty that went against Ben Rogers is huge. That Orford's still not 100%. The offloads are killing South Sydney. Jamie Lyon straightened him. Joe Williams ended up on the ground. He swings around, gets a right-handed pass away. Brett Stewart dives in low, again next to the posts.
There's the try scorer, Brett Stewart, who made that auspicious entry to the toughest form of rugby league we play, State of Origin, proving that what he was doing here at Fortress Brookvale was no fluke. He translated it to the big arena, the big stage. Jason Taylor scratching the head. There's a problem on the horizon for South Sydney as Orford converts.
Yeah, I think Manly tonight in attack generally have played a little bit too sideways, particularly on the right-hand side of the park. But that set of six, a lot more upfield penetration. Firstly, Matty Orford checks off a foot, goes so close. Good to prevent South Sydney with their shorter numbers. And this time, the killer, Jamie Lyon, strips him short with a bit of footwork. Inside to that man, Brett Stewart. More direct, better from Manly.
And ironically, we have a scoreline now of 18-6, which is the scoreline that South Sydney came back from at half-time, the last meeting of these two teams. Unfortunately, on this occasion, they've only got 18 minutes to do so. They had 40. Steve Menzies now. And outrage too. Manly are one team this year who've kicked field goals. They've kicked 5. Michael Monahan and Matt Orford. I'm very surprised if they look for 6.
Interchanges, Manly have made 7. Jason Taylor's made 8. That's Stephen Bell to the halfway line. Monahan. They're certainly going to miss him, aren't they? That's out on the full from Orford's right foot.
No doubt about that, Ray. He's been superb for them this year, Michael Monahan. Matt Ballin is a good young player, and they have signed Heath Lestrange from the Roosters, but Monahan's been an influential performer for them. Yeah, Tim Gilbert, sideline.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, this is the scoreline they came back from, and that is the thing about this South Sydney. They show composure. So you Rabbitohs fans, you're still in this one. 16.5 minutes to go, and a great crowd. 19,785, 19,785.
Widders standing at first receiver off the scrum base. It's gone across to fullback Talanoa. Plays it on halfway. Now Stewart. Luke Stewart. So 3 of them with basically the same name. Obviously from different clans. Played by Sutton. Now for Cusack. Then for the 17, Greenfield. What are you laughing at, Reg?
So you giggle. Clans. I heard that word. I haven't heard that for a while since I saw Braveheart.
So from Smith, it's gone to Sutton, and Sutton picked up and then dumped on the ground. Jamie Lyon and Anthony Watmoe. And now Williams gets a kick in, and Robertson.
We've got an accidental offside here. The kick from South Sydney actually is kicked into another Rabbitoh player in front of Joe Williams.
Yeah, you're right.
Nigel Vungano.
So Monahan goes to Orford. Orford to Glenn Stewart. This has been a performance of bravery by Stewart, courage, Hicks. But talking about courage and bravery, what about, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, dear, oh dear, we have a problem here.
It's Chris Hicks.
Chris Hicks has sustained an injury which immediately has got players around waving urgently to the trainers, the medicos.
We're assuming it's to the bottom half of the body. I think he was twisted in that tackle.
You know, it's bad. It could be a dislocation of the ankle because they don't want Hicks to look at the leg.
I think we'll only want to have a look at this once.
Oh, dear.
Oh, gee. Yeah, once will do. Chris Hicks won't be taking any further part in this game, and unfortunately for the talented winger, maybe not for the rest of the series. And don't forget, tomorrow we do head to Melbourne, Olympic Park. The Storm unbeaten at home up against last year's grand final combatants, Brisbane Broncos. Petro Civoniceva talking up their chances. We'll come to you live at 3:30 p.m. for a 4 o'clock kickoff. And that will be sudden death for the Broncos, and a chance for Melbourne to do what maybe Manly are doing here, earn themselves a week off next weekend.
Andrew G has been stoking the fires there too, I see. Andrew's been saying that they're sore losers. And
it's good fun, isn't it?
It is good fun.
It is a bit of siege mentality, Rabbits, but geez, no justice. I mean, Chris Hicks has been so good all year.
No, he has been, Matthew. I must tell you, I've got to look away at times like this. I just can't put myself through it.
Very
when I see something like that. 19,785, as Tim Gilbert reported earlier. And I wouldn't like to see another 215 in here, really, because it is jam-packed. It's a great sight, though. These suburban grounds, when they're full, you get a lot of atmosphere. Chris Hicks, unfortunately, is not getting much joy out of it at the moment, and I feel very sorry for him.
And of course, his parents live up there at Taree, Rabs on the north coast, and they'll be watching at the moment. We'll get the report through and let you know straight away.
So this is Cuthbertson, who will play the ball on the halfway line. Anthony Watmoe, just repeating those rugby league shows that we have on Sunday mornings from 11. They are pushed back tomorrow, and they will run into our 3:30 cross to Melbourne. Talanoa.
Good tackle, Brett Stewart coming through. Fullback on fullback.
That's Gordon. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's going to put a scrum down. What has become an awful scoreboard. Manly get a chance to push it out a bit further.
They've had some tough calls, South, but they have come up with some silly errors as well, been their own worst enemy at times, and that's a costly one because this is an opportunity for Manly to ice the game.
Orford goes to the left side and finds Maddai. He might go all the way. Held up in goal.
That's tackle one.
And tackle one is the call. They'll go back 10.
It has been unbelievable the amount of times this year that South Sydney have held up opposition players over their own try line.
Well, it's been their foundation, hasn't it?
No doubt. We saw it earlier in the game. Maddai's got across. We come back again.
Orford now shows it to Cuthbertson, shows it to Williamson, goes behind another, gives it to Menzies to Watmoe, and Watmoe, well, he wasn't tackled, he fell and was claimed by Gordon. Jamie Lyon. Glenn Stewart to the 10-metre line, right in front of the uprights at the southern end, and this is Monaghan. He bullets it out. Orford, Menzies looking for two. Menzies refusing to go down.
Oh no, force back this time.
And he's ruled that it's a loose carry.
Jeremy Smith.
Now he's going to penalise.
He thought he got away with it, Jeremy Smith, but I think you'll find a deliberate play at the football here, and if I was Manly, I'd be taking the points. They're going for more.
So it's Mark Bryant to play the ball. 5 metres away from the South Sydney line, and he's given a little short pass to Cuthbertson, who reels and gets it back to Maddai. Maddai dives at the line. Manly, they celebrate, but Shane Hayne will go video referee Tim Mander.
We've just rapped them about holding up opposition players over the line. Steve Maddai gives a little nod and a wink to a teammate, saying that, yes, we have just wrapped it up. Jamie Lyon comes across to congratulate. I thought when they got the penalty, they might have tried to steer the 2 points over to get further than 2 converted tries, but they could smell more blood in their nostrils. They were circling for the kill. And maybe Maddai is the one who has put the final nail in. Can't see the football go to ground there. They'll be looking for another angle. One there with Talanoa. He gets some help coming in from the side. Well, he does indicate if he's carrying it in the right arm. This is a reverse angle here. This might not be the best one, actually. No. What do you reckon, guys? Ref's call?
Well, I think we've used camera 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 and 11. And, geez, I
think it's going to be a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I think that shot there is the best one, and it does look as though if he's carrying the right arm, that there. Some hand under there as well.
Yeah. That's the best angle. Might need another look there. Maybe not.
Video referee apparently is going to make a decision. He's not going to hand it back to the ref. He's going to, is he? It's going back to the ref. And what's he going to do?
Held up.
Held up is the call from Shane Hayne.
Geez, they do that a lot.
Second.
They do that a lot, Stella.
They do, Matt. Especially on Steve Maddai. He could have had a hat-trick tonight.
Yeah, he's going to play the ball, Stu.
Well, it does keep South Sydney in the contest in normal time. Still only the 2 converted tries in it. Manly still on the attack here, an opportunity to wrap it up. They go second man again, Lyon to Steve Bell, inside to Stewart, who scores?
Brett Stewart takes it up to 40 tries at Brookvale. Brett Stewart, can he find the line?
Well, I knew it was coming, Manly. They turned down 2 points from a penalty on the far side of the field. They knew that South Sydney was starting to wane, and again, if you have a look at the amount of possession they've had in their second half, fatigue starting to become a real factor for South Sydney. They went wide, the inside ball, and Brett Stewart, he plays tough. He's a player that we know him for his try scoring, but we've seen some defence tonight from him. He doesn't mind putting his body on the line, and he's done so with this run. This isn't based on pure speed. This is bursting tackles as well.
You're right, Stella. The most underrated part of his game is his toughness. And that was a little set piece, a beautiful little set piece. We haven't seen enough of those from Manly. But the video referee decision allowed them to get their heads together and say, OK, let's put that little play on we tried on Thursday night. And it brought him points. This is the young man, the diabetic, who's doing so much good work in that field. In fact, I had a parent from Young in New South Wales asking if we could organise for this young man to put some inspiration towards her son, who was diagnosed recently, and I believe he responded almost immediately, as he does on a regular basis, to any requests. Orford from near the sideline.
Des Hasler and the Manly fans sitting back now, contented with what they've seen. As Matt Johns pointed out earlier, Canterbury Bankstown will be sitting back feeling much better about themselves also. Despite going down tonight, a side that finished behind them on the competition ladder in South Sydney. They're going to bow out as Orford looks to add the extras and does so.
He really had to give it that little bit of extra to get it over the bar. 24-6. The Eagles 10 to go.
And they've been impressive, Manly. It hasn't been pretty for a long time, but as it has right through the year, their defence has withheld. Even when they weren't playing great football, they go for the short kick-off, South. Even when they weren't playing well, their defence held up under pressure. Let's see if it continues through September.
Monahan. taken to ground by Asatasi on the 40-metre line. Matai has gone down, and he's clutching at a leg as well.
Let's hope it's clean.
There's lots of families here tonight, so take it easy. Thank you.
Missed a few games this year through injury. Steve Matai getting out of dummy half, and as he goes to change direction, he was very short in his action.
Yeah, it looks cramped, Pete. Doesn't seem really roll on an ankle. Oh. See the Manly trainer there. Doug Singe. It's a bit of a stretch, so he's back into action. He's okay.
The 18 for Manly. Vic Morrow.
When we talk about the Kidwell gamble, that's quite a gamble as well from Des Hasler. Just his third game in the top grade, Vic Morrow. Inside the last couple of weeks and used off the bench, and a perfect time for him to come in now when the game's wrapped up, as Orford kicks wide and high towards Eileen Gordon. Does well to catch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder,
Menzies went in very hard on Gordon, and he's come away limping. Steve Menzies. Played by Dean Widders. Played by Talanoa now. Then Jeremy Smith on to Roy Asatasi. Souths down inside their own 20-metre line, and 24-6 is the call. 8 minutes of the game to go. It would seem 8 minutes of the season remain for South Sydney. Cross for Nigel Vangana. And dived on by Matai, is it?
I think it's a Manly knock on here, Ray. It was going to be 6 again for South Sydney. And I still a touch uncomfortable as the referee calls time out.
Now, what's the story on Chris Hicks, Tim?
Yeah, the story could be good, Ray. They're thinking it's just a very bad sprain, no dislocation, no break, and when you think about it, they win this game, they've got another week off. So Brent Kite also to come back. That will work in their favour big time.
That would be fantastic news.
I tell you what a bonus that would be. Because I tell you, on the replay, it looked anything but good. Looked horrific.
Manly have been penalised for the arms getting up around the neck area. Glenn Stewart, the 12, penalised for the tackle on Talanoa. Carries South Sydney 10 metres back into Manly's area. Cusack went up with great intentions and then came bouncing back. Asatasi back for Talanoa. Luke. And look at this. Big Cusack runs at Stewart and Mark Bryant. And here's a ball popping down towards Watmoe, and Watmoe tackled inside his own 30-metre line. Here's Brett Stewart again. 7 or 8 metres on his own side of the halfway. Stephen Bell to the halfway. Luke hangs on with Asatasi and Cusack. Played quickly. Monahan back for the 18, which is Morrow. And he's just outside the 30-metre line. South Sydney's end of the ground. Menzies. Stewart. Western side of the ground, and he's hurt. Glenn Stewart is hurt again. And referee Shane Hayne is saying, give the ball to somebody else.
Play the ball, play again, right there, Glenn.
No, Stewart's going to have a go. Tackle number 4. As Orford puts it off the outside edge. Talanoa read it well. Talanoa sprints over towards the 10-metre line, and Matai is waiting to put him down. Paul Mellor for South Sydney. Menzies went in with a shoulder charge. It missed.
Glenn Stewart taken immediately off after struggling to get up to play the football there. A nice round of applause from the crowd. They understand it's been a tough night for him. As Ray pointed out, a brave effort. Struggling early in the game, but he's played plenty of minutes.
Now Asatase. Floated by Williams, over to Vangana, and then a snapping tackle. Cuts down any possibility by Robertson. Here's Williams or Jeremy Smith to Mellor. And back now to Talanoa. He's outside the 30-metre line. Vangana. Jeremy Smith shaped to pass and then kicked, and Williamson.
They were a little bit disappointed with his outside support players there. He wanted to have the option of running the football, but they'd all gone in front of him, and by the time he'd realised that, he had to kick and had no room to do so. Monahan finds Bryant. Centre field, 15 out.
They go to the short side. Orford, runners all around him, and Watmo! Short is the call from Hay. I thought for a moment it was another case of held up in goal. Anthony Watmo plays it back for Michael Robertson. Then for Orford, and Orford drills it at South Sydney, and Luke comes up with the ball for the Rabbitohs.
Well, Rabs, 4 minutes to go in this contest. 4 minutes left in the Bunny season, and a lot to be proud of. They have taken monumental steps forward. Been a great season. They've probably played their best football tonight, but they've been very, very brave.
Here's Luke Stewart.
Let him go, Michael!
Smith. Sutton heading for the sideline. Shane Hayne punctuates that with the call of hell. Roy Asatase, he and Cusack started every game this year.
And they've been fantastic as the last tackle signal against South Sydney, and they decide to run the football.
That's okay, let's play on. Withers is with it now. Puts a kick in, but it goes over the sideline.
Yeah, it comes off Stephen Bell. He didn't play it. Just on the subject of front rowers, Ray, I want to give a rap tonight to Jason King and Adam Cuthbertson, the starting front rowers. Well, I think have been absolutely superb. They set the trend early in the game. Cuthbertson hasn't played many in the run-on side. He's come in for the injured Brent Kite, not easy to do, and there you can see his partner in crime over his left shoulder, Jason King. And they were up against two very, very good props tonight in Roy Asatase and Peter Cusack. And they can go home well satisfied that they've contributed greatly to this performance and victory for the Manly team.
Stephen Bell. Held by John Sutton. Anthony Watmo to the halfway line. And the Sunday roast at 1:30 tomorrow. That new time, debating the hot topics in rugby league. 1:30. Here's Jamie Lyon down the right side. Here's Stewart accelerating. Tackled. The kick. It might favour Manly. It is a bounce for Manly. It is a try for Menzies. Steve Menzies has scored his second try, I think. And you have to say that these days, because up in the box they find ways not to give them. Stewart flashed down the right side. Menzies up the middle. And Beaver has got himself a double.
You talked about Paul Mellor being in the game for a long time. So too Stephen Menzies. The most attractive thing about their game as he throws that pass is they still have the appetite. Now, he didn't sit back on his heels after being involved. He's chasing up in the middle, calling for the football. Was looking for a pass from Brett Stewart, who does tremendously well to kick the football without going over the sideline. Talanoa has to turn and chase. The ball bounces up for Stephen Menzies, who plants it down. Looks good from that angle. I don't think it'll look any worse from this one. In fact, it looks a whole lot better. Menzies 2, and that will be 5 for the Eagles, with both Brett Stewart and Stephen Menzies getting doubles.
Stephen Menzies tonight has broken away from Andrew Ettinghausen to take second place on the all-time try scorers list. 167 times in his career, in his glorious career, he's visited the try line with success.
And there's a big chance Andrew Ettinghausen and Terry Lamb won't overtake him, Ray. I think he'll be okay for a while. Still a long way behind Ken Irvine. But South Sydney, look, he's a likeable bloke, but they'd be disappointed in Stephen Menzies. This is his third game against them this season. He scored 4 tries, got 1 in each of the first 2 encounters through the competition rounds. And now he's got a double tonight as Brett Stewart, who's been superb again.
Just talking about Andrew Ettinghausen and Ken Irvine, the late Ken Irvine. Of course, Irvine was an outstanding winger, one of the best that ever played the game. Andrew mixed his game between centre and wing. But this fellow Menzies, primarily a back rower, who will play centre or 5/8 if you need him to, for a forward to do what he's done is just about unbelievable. Alford converts. Manly, you can sit down and have a week off. 30-6. It was never going to be easy to put pay to the Rabbits. As somebody said, somebody's got to do it, and it looks like it might be us. The words from one of Manly's senior players during the week. South Sydney. Everybody owns a part of them, you'd like to think. The working man's team, they have been glorious this year. Please don't be embarrassed or disappointed in any way by this defeat tonight. This season has been a hallmark. After what you've been through, it's been a rocky road for a number of years, but you made the finals. Be proud of that. 30-6. Manly eventually putting 5 tries to 1 on the board. Stewart for 2, Watmo for 1. And there is Steve Menzies down there. Let's go to him now. He's with Matthew Johns.
Thanks, Rabbits. Beaver, what about that? Was a tough one. I mean, that wasn't a 30 points to 6 sort of game.
No, it wasn't. I think it was a lot closer than that. Pretty similar to the game we played a couple of weeks ago. It was real close. You know, we had a bit of a jump on them, plenty of ball in the first half, and they come out. You know, I think we had to put a few tries on towards the end. It was a tough effort, but something we needed, you know.
Mate, a little bit shit. 6-2 up at half-time. When they scored there, Paulie Mellor's kick, what was said behind the line?
Yeah, just a bit of composure. We sort of been lacking that probably 4 or 6 weeks coming into the semis. We just knew just to play complete sets and, you know, we'd be in with a chance.
Move 2 tries again tonight. All-time second on the list now. You're after the late Ken Irvine, so great achievement, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, Kenny Irvine, too good.
What a player he was. Beaver, not bad yourself, pal. Congratulations. Enjoy the week off. Now we'll get... Oh, you move. Thanks, mate. You can go now. No, we're going to walk over and have a talk to the Dally M second rower of the year, Chocky Watmo. And Chock, congratulations, mate. You had a fantastic season. The award the other night, very nice.
Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot.
What about that game tonight, mate? They were hard to kill off.
We knew that they were going to keep coming. We knew that if we just had to kick in the corners, you know, chase hard, tackle hard, and we could grind it down and we can get away with it. I think as soon as we learned to hold the ball and kick into the corners, we've done a real good job. And I think our forwards were massive today. Our big bobbers just kept rolling forward and getting us down the paddock, so it's a full credit to them.
Well, you get the reward now. By finishing second, you get a week off. Any plans, anything Desi talked about going into camp? Anything said at the moment?
No, I think we're just going to take it 1 week at a time. It's been our plan all along not to get too far ahead of ourselves. We just want to concentrate on the Rabbits. I'm pretty sure Desi's got a plan set out. And, mate, it's stoked. Look at the crowd. It's great to be.
Well, Chock, congratulations. Great year and 1 away from the grand final, buddy.
It's 1 away. We've still got a lot of hard work ahead of us.
Good, well done. Great game. Over to you, Timmy Gilbert.
Thank you, Matty. Well, Roy Asatasi, I know you're not jumping through hoops at the moment, but that's a great season. You guys created history. First semi-final since 1989.
Yeah, no, the boys have had a pretty good year. You know, nobody gave us anything. I think we started with the wooden spoon, but credit to our boys. We trained hard throughout the whole season, and we worked together as a team, and to get into the top 8 is a pretty good effort.
What did you think of tonight's performance?
It's a tough game. Of course, it's finals, but Manly, credit to Manly for coming out and they gave it to us, and credit to our boys too. We stuck in there, and we just let ourselves down in a couple of kicking options, and our defence wasn't up there as it has been throughout the entire season. But it's disappointing. But we've had a good year.
Well, you've got a great platform to build on now, Roy. What do you want to say to your fans, mate?
No, just to all the fans. Thanks for coming out and supporting us, and throughout the whole year, and hopefully we gave something back to them.
Congratulations. Enjoy the off-season, Roy.
Cheers, mate.
Roy, Rabs, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. And Roy, yeah, you gave something back to them. You gave it to them big time. Never forget that. You and your band of very brave men. Well, it's been a massive night of double-header finals football. Stay with us. We'll continue with more live pictures from Brookvale Oval here in Sydney in just a moment.
On 60 Minutes.
How good was that?
Wait till you see what the bloody Yanks are doing to our magnificent whale sharks.
This is a death row for whale sharks.
And creating the real bionic man.
Amazing.
60 Minutes, Sunday.
It is bumper to bumper on the ring road.
So you have to work
the arterial inbound is also chaotic.
Barry? In a hurry, mate? How are you? Good.
Driving less? Wise move. APIA could save you up to 20% on your comprehensive car insurance premium. So if you're over 50 and not working full-time, call 13 50 50.
Wise move, APIA.
Welcome to Toyota's match winners. Shane, what's yours?
Rabs, Matty Bowen, round 18, 2007.
Goes back inside.
Matty Bowen. Better than the Hilux 4x2 workmate from 18,990 or an Orient ATX from 34,990. Come on, you can't be serious on this one, big fella.
Anything to say, Shane?
Well, nothing can be said on air, Rabs.
Let's take that as a victory, Rabbits. What do you reckon?
Yeah, Toyota's match winners on now.
Out of the hips, Rabbits.
Guess what? I'm on one of those workplace agreements now.
Yeah? You're all right with that, aren't you, Dave?
Yep. Yeah, boss ran it past me and I thought it looked all right. And with the new fairness rules, he also had to get it passed by the workplace authority.
Really?
Yeah, they said he needed to up the money a bit, though, to get it through. Make it fair.
There have been some recent changes to the workplace relations system to give people even more protection, like the fairness test. So at the Workplace Authority, we check agreements like Dave's all the time. To find out more about the fairness test and how it works, call us on the Workplace Info line.
So you get a bit more money?
Yeah.
Right. You'll shout then.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Rent or buy Spider-Man 3 on DVD September 19.
Still got the moves.
With more action, more special effects, more villains. Spider-Man 3. Rent or buy on DVD and high-definition Blu-ray September 19.
Yesterday's history. Just a nice memory.
I never think about yesterday.
The only day that matters is today.
Start today with Gillette Fusion Power and the confidence you get from Gillette's most comfortable shave. 5 blades spaced closer together with more comfort and a precision trimmer for those tricky places. Gillette Fusion Power. Be your best today.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Ardent's pizza shapes. Flavour you can see.
In a television first, the most sensational videos that are taking the world by storm.
We uncover this amazing video revolution and the people and stories behind them. iCourt starts Monday, 7:30.
Well, welcome back to Nine's Finals football.
We're on the victory lap with the Manly boys. And I can hardly hear it. I'm relying on Tony Chalmers here now. I've got Michael Monaghan. Monas, congratulations. Great game tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough first half, real semi-final footy, but lucky enough got home in the end.
Well, 1 week away, pal. You got a couple of weeks left of your Manly career. How sweet would it be to go out with a grand final appearance, maybe a win?
Yeah, for sure. It's I've really enjoyed my time here, and it'd be nothing better than finish off in a grand final with all these blokes. They're real good mates and a good team.
What about this crowd tonight? How was it to run onto this?
Yeah, it was great, mate. Probably the best crowd we've had since I've been here, and hopefully we can fix up a few of those injuries we got, and everyone will be right on deck for 2 weeks' time.
Well, the good news about Chris Hicks, not as serious. Yeah, they think it might be just a very bad sprain, so it looked pretty bad at first, but hopefully hope he's going to be okay.
I hope so. I think you're hit by a sniper, but he'll be right.
Good on you, Michael. Back to you, Rabbits.
Rubbing shoulders with the Manly players out there. Matt Johns, he enjoys that. It's been a wonderful season home here at Brookvale for Manly, only the one loss, and they're taking their time going around with their victory lap, just soaking up the atmosphere. Let's go back down to Matty Johns.
Yeah, thanks, Sterlo. I can't hear a lot down here. I think we're on camera. I'm here with Matty Orford. Ox, how'd you rate that game tonight?
Mate, it was very physical. Obviously, not the slickest game, but we knew the conditions weren't that good, and but it was great grinding effort, and that's what semi-final footy is all about.
I've got to ask you that little chip over the top when you're into the back of Benny Rogers. What'd you do there, pal? Was it just a whinge? Because I tell you, knocked you out for about 5-10 minutes.
Mate, yeah, he didn't miss me. I just got winded, and I was just coughing up a whole lot of blood, so I'm not sure the extent. I'll see the doc after this, but feeling too good at the moment. But hey, happy to win.
Mate, what are the areas you need to work on, do you think, with this week off?
Mate, just our ball control and, just, I guess, not overplaying our hand, and just building pressure. That's what final footy is all about. Just staying composed, and, our D was great tonight. We just got to do better with the ball.
Well, a great night, Ox, at Brookvale Oval. Enjoy the week off, and good luck for the rest of the final series.
Thanks, Matty. I appreciate it.
Over to you, Timmy Gilbert.
Yeah, well, it started with the Wee War Panthers. It went to Parramatta, St Helens, and here you are at Manly. You're one win away from a grand final. Jamie, how's it feel?
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere and a really good win for us tonight. And I think we can get a bit of confidence from that second half. There's a bit of a buzz.
What is it about this Manly side?
I'm not sure, mate. I think we just keep grinding out for each other. We've got a couple of superstars out there. Brett Stewart and even the old Beavers. They've got some awesome players there, and then we've got some grafters. So I think it's just a good team all around.
Almost 20,000 people here. You played in some great environments. What about the crowd here?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The best crowd we've had all year. I know most of our games have been wet, so the crowds have been a little bit down, but today, unreal. I think all the boys take our hats off for them. It was good.
Congratulations, Jamie. All the very best.
Thanks, mate.
Jamie Lyon, there you go, Peter.
Yeah, it has